So this had me going back through my phone and looking at some pictures. And tell me if you think that these two trucks are the same. Okay? So, and then we're going to look. Oh, yeah. And also, the antenna being like bombed out, and also there being that dent right in front of the antenna. I remember that. I remember those brand new Hancooks. I remember that seat cover. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, they're my Hancooks again. Yeah. And then you take a look at this picture right here, and looks an awful lot like this picture, which was taken in my driveway a year ago. And you can see like right under the windowsill, okay, there's a spot where there's paint chipped off. Right on top of the fender by like in front of the rearview mirror, see that paint chip slash rust area? You can see that. Right under the pinstripe, there's a couple of long areas where the paint chipped off, and those are identical between the two trucks. So, yeah, if you look at these two pictures, pretty clear that yes, in fact, this was the Chevy S10 that I had like a year ago. So, that's pretty wild because again, somehow now it has a 4.3 liter V6 and way less miles than it had on it when I sold it. It had 260 on it. And it also is a one owner now, which is pretty crazy. So, I have spent, I have spent an enormous amount of my time on Craigslist, looking at Craigslist. I have seen probably 100 Craigslist car ads every day for 15 years, right? So do the math. It's a lot of ads. I have seen a lot of ads like this. Ads that I could take one look at and say, I bet that's a lie. 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 And ads like this, Craigslist is flooded with ads like this for shithouse cars in shithouse places sold by shithouse people for way more than whatever that person bought that car for. And in some kind of a shithouse truck lot like this. And I based on experience and intuition, I pull up ads like this for a truck and I say, I bet there's no way that's a fucking one owner truck. That's such bullshit, right? Well, guess what? I owned this little truck. I owned it. I owned it for a short time. I bought it to flip, okay? I bought it from my neighbors. It was sitting in their driveway. I was tired of looking at it. They mentioned they wanted to sell it. I said, I will buy it to flip it. I will pay you $750 for it. And they said yes. I sold it almost immediately. I sold it 24 hours later. I traded it to a guy who was doing tile work for me on a bathroom, right? I traded it to him for $1,250 worth of tile work. So easy $500 for me, right? I never would have dreamed that somebody would be trying to get $4,200 for this car. Partially it's just not worth it because it just isn't. But this person has tried to inflate the value through a series of lies. The one owner thing, because when I first pulled this up, one owner is my favorite or least favorite, depending on how you look at it, Craigslist ad lie. I see so many fucking people saying on Craigslist, one owner car, and I take one look at it and I'm like, no, it's fucking not. How do I know? Because I know. Because I can tell. It's a 15 owner car. Don't fucking give me the bullshit. And you know what? People buy it. Partially people buy it because it's one of the harder things to verify. Now, 4.3 liter V6, that's another kind of tough lie to verify, right? Because the 4.3 is worth way more than a 2.8. This is a 2.8 truck. And it's a good little truck. And I don't hate the 2.8, but the 4.3 is way bigger, way more powerful, totally different engine family, totally different engine, worth way more money, actually. And to the untrained eye, I can tell a 4.3 from a 2.8 from outside from looking at it just because I've seen a lot of them and I've worked on like a lot of random 90s GM stuff over the years. But if you like just pop the hood and you're like, that's a V6, then you probably are going to get bamboozled by this fucking guy, okay? That's not a 4.3 liter. And also 190,000 miles, and I know he meant to type that because he typed it in two different places, two different ways. This truck has 260,000 miles on it. Let me rephrase that. This truck had 260,000 miles on it a year ago when I sold it, okay? So either they're putting bullshit in the Craigslist ad to try and get you in, and then when you get there, you realize it's 260, or they actually literally rolled back the odometer, and I have half a mind to fucking set up a little appointment to go to Conyers. Oh, Conyers. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I am so sorry for anybody I offend. No, okay? And to see if they actually like literally rolled back the odometer to 190, because I sold this truck with 260 on it, so that's really fucking rich. 190. I sold it for $1,250. I sold this truck for $1,250 thinking, wow, wow. Like, I bought it for $750. I mean, but where was I going with this? One owner, okay? One owner. Biggest lie in the history of Craigslist. And here it is, plastered at the front of the ad in all caps. First two words, one owner. Choked to death on a dick, dude. This is not a one-owner vehicle. This is at least a four-owner vehicle that I know of because I was at least the third owner that I know of, at least. And so the person I sold it to was at least the fourth owner. And if there have been no more owners since him, he is at a minimum the fourth owner. Okay? This was my truck. I owned it, right? I like what little information there is in this ad, I can already pick out four major lies. One owner, 190K, 4.3 liter V6. What else was the other thing? There was one other thing, right? Wasn't there? Oh no, that's it. Okay. Three, three things. It's not a one owner, it's not a 4.3, it doesn't have 190 on it. So, like, and the thing is this, right? The easiest thing to fake is the one owner thing. That's the easiest thing. Like, people say that shit all the time, and it like rubs me the wrong way so hard because people show up and they just fucking buy it. Like, how are you gonna verify that unless you start digging through the paperwork? Like, you can, but most people aren't gonna. So you can just go around fucking spouting this shit on Craigslist and nobody's ever gonna call you on it. You're never gonna get in trouble for it, right? And I see cars pass under my nose all day. One owner. I'm like, shut the fuck up! Like, no, it's not. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. I know it's not. Or at least I think it's not. And I've seen so many Craigslist ads where I'm like, I bet that's a lie. I bet that's a lie. I bet that's a lie. This one, I fucking know. 4.3, that's a fucking lie. That's a big fucking lie. Total brazen lie. One owner. What the fuck do you mean, dude? You bought it from me. I was the third owner. Like, homeboy, this car has had no. Like, how do you even define that? What is that supposed to mean? 190,000 miles? No, it had 260 on it when I sold it. So, I mean, wow. Like, this just goes to show you, okay? There's a style of ad. It has nothing to do with the car itself. There's a style of ad that should let you know that you're dealing with a complete fucking scumbag. And this is the archetype of that sort of an ad. When the truck is in an industrial or commercial environment. Do you see this around the truck? It is an industrial or commercial environment. Stop. end, go, turn around, back out, stop. Just, I can't explain why. I know this intuitively from experience. Out. We're done. We are through. Conyers, Georgia. I am so sorry. I'm sure it's filled with just lovely citizens. No. Out. Turn around, leave. All caps? No. No way. Runs and drives great? That sounds good, doesn't it? Nope. Somebody tells you it runs and drives great. Out. Zero mechanical issues. That's a lie. Nothing has zero mechanical issues. Anybody who I've ever seen sell a car saying zero mechanical issues is a shitbag. They go hand in hand. No, like, freaking, what's the guy with the mustache from The Simpsons? Ron, or the nice neighbor, like Ed Flanders? Like, that guy does not tell you zero mechanical issues, even when he's selling a car with zero mechanical issues. Do you know what I'm saying? Zero mechanical issues. Period. End of story. We're through. We're going. We're out. Okay? We're out. Smooth, strong engine and transmission. Okay? That sounds great. That's fabulous. No. That means that is code for I'm trying to fuck you. Doesn't leak, doesn't smoke, no engine noise. Same thing. I mean, clean Georgia title. The only thing he was missing was clean Georgia title and current. Well, I guess this doesn't have emissions because it's a 93. But clean Georgia title and current emissions would be like the icing on the cake. I just, if you ever see a vehicle like this in a place like this with an ad that's written like this, I don't mean this exact car, this exact ad, this exact place, but if you see a car like this in a place like this with an ad that's written like this ad that is written, just understand this is shitbaggery. This is absolute shitbaggery. You have in here 3 serious lies and a price that's twice what 3 times, more than 3 times, 3.5 times what I sold this truck to this person for, right? Thinking that I was selling for a fair price. I'd already ripped my neighbors off to the tune of $500 just to get that price, right? Like, I wasn't a fucking angel selling for $1,250. This guy wants $42. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, take note. Runs and drives great. All caps, zero mechanical issues, strong engine transmission, no smoke, no engine noise, doesn't leak. All caps. And then it's in a commercial environment or an industrial place. And yeah, just this like, if you see an ad like this, just like, there should be, if you're going to Craigslist, this is when you know. This is what tells you this ain't right.